The Sumeru Desert. This wonderful location was teased in a handful of Genshin Impact trailers promoting Sumeru, filled to the brim with, well, sand because it's a desert, but also grand structures and epic marvels. It's a place of incredible intrigue. The almost sci-fi looking architecture makes it seem an incredibly foreign land in Genshin's fantasy setting, especially against the backdrop of Sumeru's rainforest full of exaggerated foliage. From mushrooms we can bounce on like trampolines, to large flowers and other plant life that can be stood atop of. The desert is undoubtedly a place everyone really wants to explore, myself included. And then Hoyoverse went and released Sumeru without the desert. Awesome. So that's it. No exploring the desert. Guess we just have to wait, right? Nah. It may not be an efficient method, but there's a way to explore it right now, and we're gonna do just that. Again, officially this area is not yet released in the game, and is also locked behind the ever-dreadful Paimon barrier. We're just gonna have to ignore her. Let's get to the crux of it. That giant pyramid? I want to reach it. It looks like something right out of Stargate, which means it's incredibly cool. Still, whether or not it can be reached, who knows? This isn't my first time exploring beyond the Paimon barrier, and the map tends to get very strange the farther one ventures. Luckily, Hoyoverse gave us a lot of footage of what's to come, so we can compare what we see and maybe line up the locations. If you're wondering how any of this is going to be done, it has to do with logging out of the game. For more on that, allow me to direct you to the first episode of my ongoing Traveler-only series, Traveler-san, in which this is used to obtain Geo during the tutorial phase of the game. Alrighty, here we go. Now, the nature of this bug means you'll mostly be seeing slow motion footage or still shots, because in addition to the limitations Traveler-san had to overcome to get Geo, there's also a kill switch built into the overworld map boundaries. Stray too far out for too long? And you'll find yourself back in Springvale. It doesn't matter how far away from Springvale you were. The first thing I noticed while venturing out here is that the pyramids suddenly seem different. Take a look at this image. Notice anything out of place? The whole top section, that thing that looked like an upside down mini pyramid with an energy vortex? Yeah, that thing vanished. Bit odd that it did so by getting closer to the pyramid. There's thankfully a lot of open space out here, so Sayu doesn't get stuck too often. The new update to alternate sprints and sprint skills helps as well. The next discovery was these ruins. They're in a pit and are pretty detailed for being so far out of bounds.
That was...
The festival ends.
Many characters were sacrificed to get down here. Given that it's in a pit, I have to wonder if this area is part of those shots from the Of Rain and Sand Sumeru preview, as that footage very much looks like an enclosed area surrounded by rocky walls. It was a long climb back up. This platform had the most detail, same with the stairs that led up and out of the area, as well as the very sci-fi looking gate at the top of the stairs. A gate connected to another platform overlooking more lengthy stretches of sand. Despite having looked from multiple vantage points, I wasn't able to locate these ruins from within the confines of the playable map. I don't believe they're visible, but based on where I started and the location of the pyramid, they should be around here. Just a bit farther out from these ruins is where the map starts to literally fall apart. First, I hit a random patch of water. It'll be cool if this turns out to be an oasis in the official release. Next, the map stopped. Yep. See this matte brown texture? That's not land. Fall right on through it. I was able to go around this portion by going a bit higher, but it again returns upon drawing closer to the pyramid. This is as far as we can go. No, seriously, this is the very edge of the actual overworld map. Here it is for proof. I'm unable to scroll any farther west. Though I couldn't make it all the way, it can at least be said that the pyramid is as imposing up close as it is from far away. Unsurprisingly, the detail of this pyramid is far lesser than that of the trailers. It's a placeholder after all, and I cannot wait for the official release to start exploring the real thing. So, what else is out here? Sand, sand, and could I interest you in more sand? I ventured farther south, to the southwest corner of the map. That brown texture is here as well, preventing further exploration. Decided to drop off the map for a moment to take a look around. Always loved taking a gander at the strange shapes of the terrain underground. While out here, I kept an eye out for any landforms similar to what was shown in Sino's clip. This image here is the closest match, but honestly, it's still pretty far off. I imagine that area will be back towards the border of the desert and rainforest, given the many tall rock formations. Moving back towards the rainforest, I stumbled into a huge canyon.
That was...
This place goes on for quite a while, reaching from this open-ended area to the south, all the way back up towards the pyramid. There was footage of a canyon like this shown in the trailers. In it, the giant robot of the desert was shown, so perhaps this canyon is where that will end up being. Lastly, there's this rocky region to the north. Getting to there, not so difficult. Navigating through it, very difficult. A blue fog rolls in once near, greatly reducing visibility. That, combined with the uneven terrain, and you've a nightmare of a place when limited by the short window this out-of-bounds bug allows for. For additional context, climbing isn't possible while doing this. That's because when climbing, your character's coordinates on the map are set to the last place they were standing. So were you to log out while climbing, you'll be wherever you were before climbing once you log back in. Little climbs that don't make the stamina gauge appear are fine, but anything larger, no can do. I'm curious what this place will turn out to be, but for now, it's just a patch of rough terrain covered in blue fog. And that brings exploration of Sumeru's desert in version 3.0 to a close. Some neat places out there. Places that definitely look like groundwork for major landmarks. Curious to see if my two guesses turn out to be true, the one about the ruins at the bottom of the pit, and the canyon where the giant robot may be. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed these looks into Genshin's strange out-of-bounds world, feel free to subscribe and check out the channel, as there's over 100 videos covering these kinds of explorations, plus the occasional extreme gameplay challenge like clearing floor 9 of the Abyss with level 1 characters without using artifacts. This is Musashi, signing off. Till next time.
Catch me!